Nigeria is rich in crude oil production, but much of the country's oil revenue is unaccounted for. At the moment, the country continues to bleed heavily from crude oil losses. Officials say in 2020 alone, Nigeria lost more than $1 billion to oil theft. The figure rose to $2.6 million in 2021 and $2 billion in 2022. Worried about the trend, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, has come up with an innovative regulation that seeks to ensure transparency in the metering of Nigeria's crude oil by various operators.
Part of its contribution to ensuring transparency in hydrocarbon accounting in Nigeria came up with a regulation, brand new regulation, known as the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Measurement Regulation. As a matter of fact, it is the contribution, of the organization in a kinetic manner to equally curbing the issue of crude oil theft.
The Commission admits that the problem of oil theft has reached a devastating level, pointing out that 40% of the crude oil loss has been as a result of improper metering regulations.
Within 2020 and 2022, the nation, based on the fiscalized figures, the nation lost on the average annually about $2 billion USD in terms of what were reported as crude oil losses when fiscalized, the volumes fiscalized on the basis of the prevailing crude oil price. And the forensic audit conducted by the Commission revealed that about 40% of those figures are attributable to metering inaccuracies.
The revolutionary regulation also transfers the controlling power to determine the exact volume of inflow and outflow of crude oil to the federal government, as opposed to what used to be in the past, with the operators taking the initiatives, most times at the expense of government. It's a paradigm shift expected to recover $1 billion annually at the time the government of President Bola Tinubu is looking to wrap up as much revenue as it can in the oil sector.
The allegiance has now shifted from the operator to the government. So the government will now have line of sight. So the clear provisions of the regulation is that for services provider to come and deploy metering services equipment in Nigeria will need to have, will be licensed by the government. That is the commission representing the government. And the provisions of the license, there is a clear provision there for the licensed services provider, to be truthful.
With the new metering regulation, they now entrust so much in the hands of original metering agencies licensed by NUPRC. Komolafe and his team hope to change the narrative by providing the required solution to complement efforts by Nigeria's security forces to stop the hefty crude oil theft ongoing in the country. Omo Bazwai, Arise News.